Hello, everybody. It's time once again for the O Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, CW. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure to hit the bell on YouTube, subscribe to the podcast, tell a friend, hit the like button, all the nice things you can do for free. It's all free. The podcast is free and your kindness is free. It is time, once again, for me to complain about the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's yearly. I've done it 2 years in a row now. Here comes number 3. Money in the Bank makes no sense. None. The gimmick is not great. Wait, let me rephrase. Money in the Bank makes sense. Money in the Bank is not set up for success. There you go. If you've noticed, a lot of the gimmick attached to Money in the Bank is how many times can we fake out the crowd into believing that this person who has an opportunity to win a title can, cash in on that opportunity and potentially win the title. The Damian Priest and Tiffany Stratton runs with the Money in the Bank briefcase were some of the worst in my opinion, some of the worst. And it may not be, but I think just in terms of escalation, right? As many times as you've seen it happen, the last 2 were the worst because I was so sick of watching folks pretend to cash in. It's always this long, drawn out, like, he's running to the ring. Could he be cashing in? Oh my God, there's Tiffy. Do you think she's going to cash in right now? And the whole drama or the not pageantry, all the back and forth of, yes, I'm going to well, and he's like, the ref is like, are you sure? And they're like, yes, I'm going to and then someone grabs them by the hair or somebody bumps into them and then, the cash-in didn't happen because someone interrupted. No, that's not how this should work. It's playing to a part of the crowd that doesn't exist. Everyone is a smart now. Everyone's a smart mark. Everyone understands when these fake cash-ins happen, it's meant to build some sort of drama. But you can build drama without the fake out. That's where I am with this briefcase now. You can do the briefcase. I think the actual match for the briefcase makes a lot of sense. I like the concept of this person looming in the background to cash in on a champ, almost like this specter, like the champ is never safe kind of thing. Like, hey, I could be in catering and this person will cash in a briefcase at me. That gives it some drama, especially when it's a character who you probably didn't see winning the title, like Otis back in the day, where everyone was like, yo, Otis might win the title? Cool. When it's characters like that, where you're like, oh, they're getting a chance to be, put in the spotlight. I still think that Money in the Bank should not include any of the top people because they'll always just get written into the Money in the Bank, not the Money in the Bank, the title picture anyway. Rhea Ripley, for example, is arguably the best women's performer on the roster right now, based purely on popularity, let's say. Not necessarily, anything else. Just like she's one of the most popular women wrestlers on the roster. That's fair to say. Her being in the Money in the Bank match doesn't make sense because she doesn't need it. She's over. She's Rhea Ripley. It's like saying Stone Cold needs the briefcase. He doesn't. At some point, he'll just walk up to someone and say, I'm challenging you for the title. He'll take it, and then he'll be Stone Cold Steve Austin with the belt again. Same with Rhea Ripley. She can walk up to any of the champions like Io, challenge her for the title, as we saw for WrestleMania, and then get a match. There's no need for the briefcase. And I know they tried to justify her with the promo. It's unnecessary. Someone like LA Knight, I think, doesn't need it, but also does. Like, he's in a position now where he can also punch his own ticket a little bit. I don't think the Money in the Bank briefcase truly is for him. But like a returning Rusev, Karrion Kross for sure. It's not going to be Tozawa or anybody. Like Seth Rollins, he doesn't need it at all. Even though I see where they're going with it. It needs to be someone who can come out of left field, can make some buzz, can make people think, oh my goodness, could this person win? And then they have to build a story around that person being a capable performer. Now, per every year, I am going to suggest a tweak to the gimmick of Money in the Bank that I think will help give it a little bit more drama. So the person wins the briefcase and they have their contract. You have to cash it in within a year. That is the gimmick now. And with that gimmick, there's a lot of open room for loopholes. There's a lot of fake outs and all that stuff. I want to get rid of that in a general sense. So every month that the winner of the Money in the Bank briefcase doesn't cash it in, they have to defend it like it's a title at the end of the month. So every month, Michael Cole or Wade Barrett or whomever can continually remind people, hey, if such and such doesn't cash in their briefcase at the, such and such episode of Raw, they will be defending it against someone picked at random, because we don't need to put a tournament to everything. Someone picked at random, or one of the people who competed in the match with them, right? And they maybe just rotate through those people. So everyone you see in the match at Money in the Bank gets another shot at the briefcase if the person doesn't cash it in within the month. So let's say LA Knight wins the briefcase, and in July. In July, he doesn't cash it in. The last SmackDown in July, a random person from the match, like Seth Rollins, will come out, and they have to wrestle for the briefcase. Winner takes the briefcase, and then the same stipulation happens again. Now you have a countdown clock. You get drama to the person holding the briefcase, so they have to be very strategic about when they cash it in. Or they just have to cash it in so they don't lose the opportunity, depending on their mindset, whether it's heel or babyface. Like, I'm waiting for the right time and I'll defend all comers for this thing, kind of thing. You add in that element of the open challenge from the U.S. title that people loved previously before they diluted it. And then you give fans the hope that someone in the original match that they wanted to win that probably didn't win has another opportunity to win the briefcase. And you can write drama and stories into it where maybe Seth wrestles LA Knight, beats him, and then immediately cashes it in. And they have a WrestleMania, not WrestleMania, they have a title match right there. They call the champ out. Champ has to wrestle for the title. That kind of thing. You could also have it so that after every match, maybe the champ has to be present for the match. They have to be ringside to watch the match, and then they ask the person, you've won the briefcase, would you like to cash it in now? Obviously, who would want to do that? They just wrestled the match. But you give them the opportunity to say, hey, the champ is right there. Do you want to cash this in now? And they go, no, I'll, stalk them or whatever. You could do something like that. But I think treating the briefcase like a prize and like something you have to defend gives it a little bit more drama. And it also gives you something else to do besides fake cash-ins. I don't like those at all. I don't mind a interrupted cash-in where maybe as they're running to get, cash it in, someone tackles them and they're like, you're crazy, you can't do this now, or I won't let you win. But give them some agency in terms of, when I'm going to cash this in, and there's consequences to my actions. Like the world, like there's consequences to the thing you do in the world. There should be consequences in this Money in the Bank thing. Okay, that's my third year in a row complaining about Money in the Bank. Apparently Triple H doesn't like this thing either, and I saw it in one of the rumors. So if he hears this, you can have that for free. Just give me a ticket to WrestleMania. That's not free. Thanks for listening, everybody. We're going to try and get these episodes back online. So thank you for listening. I'll catch you guys next time. And don't you ever forget.
I'm your friend, but if I ever see you in the ring, I can beat you. Don't you know? Yeah, yeah, yeah.